Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back. And today I will review the material of the fourth chapter in the second semester. What is it? It's about explanation text. So let's jump right into the review of the material. The first one, let's see what is explanation text. So it is a text which tells the processes relating to forming of natural, social, scientific, and cultural phenomena. So the key word here is process. Process of forming something, either natural, social, scientific, and cultural phenomena. Next, what is the purpose of explanation text itself? Or what is the intention of the writer to make the text? So the purpose is to explain how something works or why something happens. How is related to the process and why is related to the reasons. So the keywords here, how or why. And next, what are inside the explanation text? So now I'm showing you the example of an explanation text entitled How Do Vaccines Work? Let's read it first together. A vaccine is a type of medicine that trains the body's immune system so that it can fight a disease it has not come into contact with before. Vaccines are designed to prevent disease rather than treat a disease once you have caught it. A vaccine works by training the immune system to recognize and combat pathogens, either viruses or bacteria. To do this, certain molecules from the pathogens must be introduced into the body to trigger an immune response. These molecules are called antigens, and they are present on all viruses and bacteria. By injecting these antigens into the body, the immune system can safely learn to recognize them as hostile invaders, produce antibodies, and remember them for the future. Later on, if the bacteria or virus reappears, the immune system recognizes the antigens immediately and attack aggressively well before the pathogen can spread and cause sickness. So, this text basically tells you how do vaccines work. So what are inside this text? Basically, in any explanation text, it consists of two main parts. The first is general statement and the second is sequence of explanation. General statement stating the phenomenon issues which are to explain. Basically tells you what is it about. And it is the first paragraph of the text. And next, sequence of explanation. It is a series of steps which explain the phenomenon. So basically, the rest of the text is the sequence of explanation. As simple as that, explanation text consists of general statement in the first paragraph and the rest are the sequence of explanation. And the key, the essence, the main parts of explanation text is, of course, sequence of explanation. When you read the text, you can understand well by marking each process in the text. For example, this is the first step in this text. I already marked it. You can mark it as the first step of the process. Certain molecules from pathogen must be introduced into the body to trigger an immune response, and these molecules are antigens. And what is the next step? here. The immune system can safely learn to recognize them as hostile invaders, and you can mark it as the second step. And then after that, after learn it, the immune system will produce antibodies, and you can mark it as the third. And next, after produce antibodies, it will remember them for the future. That is the fourth step. And then the last step is this. Later on, if the bacteria or virus reappears, the immune system will recognize the antigens immediately and attack aggressively before the pathogen can spread and cause sickness. You can mark it as the fifth. So these are the process. Tells you the process from the first step into the last step. In total, there are 5 steps. And when you read the text like this, after you're marking it, you can turn this process into the other form rather than just a text like this, so that you can understand the process better. So this is the example. So how can you understand the text better? By visualize it. So you make the visualization of the process, the main parts of explanation text itself. So what you really understand here, first, you need to mark the process by showing the numbers. You can show the first step until the last step by number 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5. And then after that, each step or each process, you describe it based on the text. For example, this. The first step is antigen from pathogen is introduced into the body to trigger an immune response. So that is the first step. And what makes it better is you can visualize it to make it better. For example, for this first step, you can show the picture of the injection and you make it detailed by showing that the injection contains the antigen of the pathogen. All of the steps, you describe it and you visualize it so that you can show the process easier to understand. This is just the example, and I'm showing you another example here. From the same text, this is another visualization of the process. More or less the same. There are numbers there and the description. And of course, the visualization. There are a lot of examples that I will show you here. For example, here, how do vaccines work in other form? And then the greenhouse effect. How does it occur? And how does rain occur? There are also numbers there. And the effects of quitting smoking. You mark it from 20 minutes to 15 years there. Yeah, so basically, you can make the visualization of the process easier, to make the understanding easier. If you have any question, you can freely ask me later on. So, I think that's enough. Thank you for your attention. See you next time, everyone.